Well, this program is, of course, is ostensibly for trying to catch a spy or to stop illicit technology transfer or trade cigarettes, and which is a serious issue. There are many cases like that. So to that extent, that goal for the United States is the right one. However, a lot of things has went wrong because many Chinese American scientists who has done nothing wrong, basically, at least they have done nothing either for spying, economic espionage, or trying to transfer technology which they are not supposed to with anybody outside of the United States. Those things has not happened with scores of Chinese American scientists being charged and many more being investigated. So that has nothing to do with espionage or technology transfer and trade secret. The government basically threw the whole book at our scientists who may or may not have done something improper, but only in terms of paperwork, filling the forms, didn't disclose any affiliation with China or have done some summer job in China for short term. These things should not be prosecuted under DOJ and has nothing to do with China initiative. They should be, if there is a problem, right, they should be referred to the granting or funding agencies, and they can be referred to the universities who can deal with this kind of issues as in the past. But now, in the 3 years since this China initiative, so many cases has been brought up, again, not for catching spy, but actually for, I don't know what government is doing. And some people say they are trying to planting fears among Chinese American scientists, which may be true. I have no idea about the motive. So we will see what happens next. And there are many scientific community members, including university members, including researchers, have filed multiple letters to White House, to Attorney General, asking them to revamp, reform, or just drop China initiative. This is the Yale one is just one of several. It is a very important one. It is a part of the public sentiment building up against this initiative. I have to say that the effort, if I can call that a campaign against China initiative, is not just by a small group of people. It's not just by, for example, Chinese American communities. Yes, Chinese and Asian American communities are very much against it, but also university community, also civil rights organizations, also our member of Congress and our university communities. And in fact, most of the report and coverage on this issue by the media are very much sympathetic to our argument that the government has misused China initiative for reasons that they have not stated publicly as their mission. So it is really a broad, swelling, converging effort and put pressures on our own government. And by the way, I also forgot there's also a very strong growing opposition to that from our members Congress. Congressman Ted Lieu has invited more than 90 members of Congress, both House and Senate members, to ask Attorney General or Inspector General of DOJ to investigate these cases. And actually, I believe there could be more members who are against this new troubling development. Our view is, number one, it created a very negative or even hostile working environment for many Chinese American scientists or other scientists to work and to have their normal life, and they have to watch over their shoulders and worry about they did something wrong, or maybe file the paper which is not exactly right, and all. So that has created a very negative and hostile working environment for them, which is not good for American science and the scientific development. And the second, and this has created a very negative impact because many Chinese American scientists are thinking about leaving the country. Some who could stay on and then say, well, I don't want to get in that kind of trouble. And somebody's been watching me all the time. Well, so they could stay in this country as a very good scientist and then choose not to, right? So it is a reverse brain drain for America. It is America's loss to lose these scientists. It's already happening to some extent, and we as a Chinese Americans don't want that to happen. From what we read in the public, and then from some of our talk in private, the sense that I have is DOJ is coming up with either reform or revamp or terminating China initiative. To what extent they will do that, I don't know. But as it is widely reported, the change is coming, it's imminent. So I would personally guess and give it a timeline of maybe more or less 1 month. I think something positive will happen. And that's a good thing because I think because of the public pressure, because of the failure of a China initiative to prosecute a lot of cases and the miscarriage of many others, I think a government, and if they did that, okay, that's a if. We don't know for sure yet, but we are positive that it will happen. That is also a good part and a good part about American democracy, that you do something wrong or not proper, but because of public reaction, the government has to listen to that and make some course corrections. And that is a normal, good society should be, that there should be this two-way traffic between the government and the society. And that's also our democracy is about. So we will see, and I hope for the best, and hope for the best for those victim families and many others who are worried about whether the government is going to charge them or not. There are many, many out there. So I hope that in a month or so, there'll be some good news for these families.